Okay, welcome back to the Rice Robotics Club Robo-Tutorial. In this video, we'll be doing CAD for this link 2. It's the second link in our robot arm assembly, shown here. This link is driven with this pulley that's attached to a servo that's attached to the base plate. So that's how that rotation is achieved. Whenever you actually build your robot arm, there's going to be a belt, a timing belt that's used to match the rotations of this pulley with this pulley. And that's how the rotation of this link is controlled. So we'll return to our Onshape document, and instead of starting from scratch, we're going to start creating link 2 from the pulley part that we CAD'd earlier. This is because the geometry here is identical. These pulleys have to be the same size to ensure that the rotation is always together between the pulley and the link. So we'll save some time by using the geometry we already created in the pulley part file. So go to the pulley in the file select, right click, and select duplicate, and this will create a copy of our pulley. And then right click that file to rename it and just call it linked. So now we have a convenient starting point for our link to geometry. There are a few parts we don't need this servo attachment for link 2, so we'll need to go into our feature tree and figure out how to get rid of both this servo cutout or servo horn cutout. And we also don't need these holes because we won't be mounting this to a servo. So scroll down. Conveniently, we did name our features, so it's very clear to see which ones we need to delete. We need to delete this sketch and the associated feature, which is the horn cutout, and then this sketch and the mounting hole feature. So select all of them, right click, and delete. And now this will be the starting point for our link to CAD. Okay, so we'll start adding to this pulley to build our link to. So we're going to start by creating a sketch. It's going to be on the bottom face of this pulley, or you'll see one of these faces of the pulley is a little bit thicker. We'll be doing it on that thicker face. Select that to be the sketch plane. Right click, reorient the view. And now we're going to create some geometry here to make like the main body of our second link. So you're going to select the Use tool from the toolbar and project this circular edge onto our sketch plane. That will be one part of it. And then the other part's going to be a corner rectangle. So select corner rectangle from the options up here. So one of the corners needs to be coincident with the circumference of this circle, and it also needs to be horizontally aligned with the origin. Okay, so make sure that both of those relations will be added. Click to establish the first corner, then drag and just place the second corner out here somewhere. And then exit the rectangle tool, and then drag this corner so that it is also coincident with the circle. And by default, it will be horizontally aligned with the origin. So that looks good. Now we just need a dimension added to this rectangle so that this line down here will be fully defined. This rectangle needs to be 80 millimeters long. So we'll add a dimension to this edge and say that it will be 80 millimeters. And now this sketch is fully defined. This will form the main body of our second link. So finalize the sketch, and then we're going to extrude this sketch, adding material 5 millimeters away from the pulley. So specify 5 millimeters, and it adds this body here. That looks right, so hit the green check mark. Go ahead and name that feature. Cool. So now that we have this main body, we need to add a hole. If you'll remember in link 1, we added this shaft so that the link 2 can sit on it and connect to it. So we need to add a hole in link 2 so that it can engage with link 1. So it'll be a circle that's concentric with this circular edge here and goes all the way through the part. So we need to create a new sketch on this top plane. Right click to view normal to the sketch plane. And we're going to draw a 10 millimeter circle that is concentric with this arc, which in this case just means it's centered at the origin. So draw a circle, use a dimension to specify that its diameter will be 10 millimeters. Now that's fully defined, and we will extrude it, this time removing material, and it's just going to be a through all end type because we want to cut through all of the part, both the link to body and the pulley itself. Hit the green check mark to finalize that feature. Make sure to name it. Great, so now we only need one more feature to finalize link 2, we need some holes on this end so that we can mount the sensor directly to this link 2. So to do that, we're going to create a sketch on this top plane of link 2. Going to reorient our view. Now we're going to start by drawing a construction line. It's going to be horizontal. It's going to be coincident with both sides of this rectangle. Okay. Select the line tool. Make sure that you're drawing for construction. Place the first point on this edge, and then make sure that you're adding this. In this case, adding a perpendicular relation. Just make sure that it is going to be horizontal. Make the other side coincident with this edge. And then we're going to escape the line tool. And to fully define this line, we need to add a dimension between it and the top edge here to specify its position. In this case, we're going to add a dimension here, and it is going to have a value of 7.5 millimeters. And that will properly position it with respect to this edge. Now we're going to add some circles along this line so we can position the holes properly. We're going to have 3 holes here to mount the sensor to link 2. So first we're going to draw a small circle. It's going to be on this line and vertically aligned with the origin. Okay, it's also at the midpoint of this construction line. Either relation will work. So draw that circle, add a 3 millimeter dimension. And now we're going to draw another circle. It's going to have the same diameter. It's going to be at any other point on the line. In this case, I'm going to draw it to the left. Okay. I'm going to use this equal relation to make sure these 2 circles always have the same diameter. And then to fully define this circle, I need to specify the distance between the center of these 2 circles. So to do that, zoom in a little bit, define a dimension between these circles, and it should be 13 millimeters. That's the spacing between those holes. Finally, we just want another hole the same distance on the other side of link 2. So for that, we're just going to use the mirror tool. We're going to mirror this sketch entity about this line that's made by the plane that divides link 2 in this direction. So select that line, and then select this circle to mirror it. Great. So this sketch is now complete. We just need to extrude them and ensure that we have the holes in the proper position. So removing material from link 2 with a through all end type. Finalize that extrude. And now that feature is complete. So as always, make sure to name the feature. Just something that you will understand whenever you look back at the part later. Great, now link 2 is complete. So we're well on our way. We have 1 part left before we're finally able to start assembling these parts and building our arm. So thanks for sticking with me this far, and I'll see you in the next video.